After freeing Carson City of the Kid Gang, Clint and Annie head to the gang's ammunition depot, where their quest for revenge will really take off. But the Kid Gang, seeking some revenge of their own after being run out of Carson City, ambush the pair here in Desolation Canyon. This is part 4 of Overthinking Wild Guns. Something I want to get out of the way is that after Carson City, the game lets you tackle the next 4 levels in any order you want, but the general consensus goes that the true order is Desolation Canyon, Ammunition Depot, Gold Mine, then Armored Train, so that's what we're going with for this series. There are 2 things about this level that really stand out to me, the dinosaur bones and the moons. Bones first. They're not quite like any dinosaur bones I've ever seen. At a glance, they look to be ceratopsian. Definitely not Triceratops bones, but maybe something like Styracosaurus. It's got the horn above the nose, and like Styracosaurus, it's missing the 2 bull horns that Triceratops and others have. But with that said, it doesn't really have much of a frill or predentary bone for that matter. The absence of antorbital fenestra, I don't know how to say that word, and the presence of teeth, sharp teeth it looks like, rule out not just ceratopsians, but likely all dinosaurs. It's gotta be an alien. As for the moons, I sort of touched on this in the first episode, but there's 2 of them, and they're pretty close to the planet, so it's obviously not Earth. In fact, both details really drive home the fact that we're not on Earth. I guess that's still up for debate because the parallels to Earth don't stop at Carson City. Desolation Canyon is a real place in Utah and not that far from Carson City. And parts of Desolation Canyon look pretty similar to the next section of the game, by the water. I mean, the moons are a deal breaker though, right? As for where we are, it's hard to say. Judging by the cacti in the background and the general lack of plant life, bar some patches of grass, I'd say it's a hot, dry place. The planet itself probably resembles the Old West's wilderness. That's backed up by future levels too. As far as references go, the only one that really jumps out at me is a 50s film called The Valley of the Gwangi, I don't know how to say it. It's a western with dinosaurs, and that's about all that really needs to be said about it. The actual setting of dry, arid plains with cacti, tumbleweeds, and mesas in the background is a pretty stereotypical one, so I suppose take your pick, right? I'm gonna say the 3 amigos. Let's take a look at the enemies. A lot of my ambush theory comes from the design of the enemies in this level. We've got dudes hiding in bushes, doing a terrible Solid Snake impression, robots that pop out of the ground as if lying in wait, more robots that come up from behind the ridge, shooting snares to keep you from escaping, and dudes riding whatever this is. They could have been hiding way off in the distance, and used the vehicles to quickly close the gap when the time was right. Don't have a whole lot to say about the boss. He kind of looks like a cattle driver. He's cool, but he doesn't have the personality that the lanky bandit guy does. That said, he does seem suited for life on the trail, so maybe the Kid Gang have been tracking Annie and Clint for a while before finally catching up to them. Alright, that's part 4 done. Not heaps to talk about, but it is what it is. As always, I'd rather keep it short and sweet if there isn't much to cover. To me, this stage is the high point of the level, and the next 2 are both easier and less interesting, but that's got nothing to do with anything. I know it's been a minute since the series started, but as of recording this, the other 16 episodes are all drafted, and I'm aiming to get it done and out as soon as I can. In good time though, as I know no one's really waiting for it. More Overthinking Resident Evil coming soon, I promise, as well as half a dozen new series starting over the next week or 2 that I'm super excited for. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.